unemployment tends to be taken as has many meanings. Sometimes it is taken as a bad word to mean the loss of your source of your income and all that thing. But we want to look at it from a different perspective, as an opportunity for renewal and reinvention. And what better way to go back to people who have experienced this transition over the last, say, I don't know how many years. So we just find out along the journey. Coincidentally, today I'm joined on this set by somebody who's called John Otiato. That is exactly my father's name. So I'm sitting here with my father. So let us first introduce Mwalimu to everyone. Yes, Mwalimu.
Yes. My name is John Otiato.
Yeah.
I come from Masaya County, a place, call it game location, South game location. Our market, nearest market is Akala.
Game Akala.
Then we proceed down towards Ribayala, near the former MP, Jacob.
Okay.
That is where I'm coming from. Professionally, I'm a teacher, though I've retired now. I retired in 2016. I'm now doing Wakali transport. I'm using pickup for transport. Though I don't know how long I'll do it because age is also catching up with me.
Because that would be the interesting bit. When you are, how long have you been a teacher for? How many years?
I was a teacher for 37 years. I started teaching in 1979 up to 2016. So during that time, I went through 4 schools. I started with, my first posting was Moi Gesusu in Naribari, Kisi. I was there for 1 month, having complained of being given a school which was not offering my subject, one of my major subjects. So the TSC got it right, and they posted me to Kisumu Boys after 1 month.
Okay.
So in Kisumu Boys, I was teaching woodwork, and I think it is woodwork, part of what I did at college. We did what we call industrial education, where industrial education means we did metalwork, woodwork, and some drawing. So that is what I majored mainly when I was a teacher. Yes. Then from Kisumu Boys, I moved to Sawagongo for 1 year. Then to Ramba Boys for 21 years. Then I retired.
It's interesting because Kenya, the conversation about education has been. It has moved from. The conversation has really shifted. Initially, when I guess your generation was coming up, the conversation was preparing us for industrial jobs or that sort of thing. And then during our time, we went to 844.
Yes.
And then people are going back to something with the CBC. So I don't know. What do you think about this transition? And what is your opinion of where we are currently in education?
I may not know much. Even me, I'm lost in this CBC. I can only talk about what I went through.
Yes, please.
During our time, like me, I went to Standard 1 without even attending what they call nursery school those days of ours. And people were going to school, Standard 1, at around 10 to 15 years.
You don't know that you have to hold your ear.
Yeah, not necessarily. Yes. Because my first time to go to Standard 1, I was told I was too young. I was sometimes, I think, 2 years below what they wanted. I can even remember when they were calling register, I would see people saying, Niko Mwalimu, Niko. When it reaches my part, my neighbor would tell, hey, You are being called. Then I would go to the teacher. No, you are not supposed to go there. You just sit. Yes. Then after 2 years, at that time, it was during the colonial days. It was before we got independence. Then an inspector came to inspect the school. Those days, inspectors were only Wazungus. So when he came to the school, he went round, and in that class where we were, there were 2 boys who were found to be too young. My father knew more education earlier. So he wanted me to get education because where he was working in a shamba, Wazungus, whatever estate, he was a clerk. Those days they called them naparas. So after 2 years, I tried to go back. That is around 19, I can't remember very well. I went to...
On your own, you just wanted to go back?
No. They told us to wait for 2 years. So I went back. So when I went back to standard 1, I was now mature, according to them. But unfortunately, my father was retired. So he retired and left me with somebody to take care of me. So when the year ended, you had to get a transfer and come home. Then other classes I did at home. So when I came home, I joined Alwar Primary. You have heard of a school called Alwar? Alwar Mission.
Okay.
In Game. It is a Catholic school which started, first priest came there in 1913. Most of these Catholic churches, they were originating from Alwar. I don't know Kibwe and Milimani, but Alwar on those sides, covering the whole of, even Wyoma, the whole of Lowland on those sides. It was only Alwar. Yes.
Yeah, and then take us through as you're coming towards retirement. What was going through your mind? You've been working all these years, and then you're supposed to retire. What was going through your mind in terms of how will you tomorrow morning? You are used to every Monday morning waking up at a certain time, and then all of a sudden that morning you're walking. Of course, your body will still wake up at that particular morning. What is going through your mind?
Me, I was a bit different because when I started working after 5 years before I got married, I'd already started a small workshop outside. So I was used to Juakali. Yes. As I was working, there was a small workshop going on in the Manata side. So I did that for around 13 years. When I got promotion to a school outside Kisumu town, then I could not manage that workshop and to close it. So my life, when it comes to business, though I've not succeeded in business, so when I went to Sawagongo, I had to close that workshop. Yes, and even up to Ramba, I had to close. I did not come back to it. So as I was in Ramba, I had some ideas on. I was still trying to do some business. I tried to do what they call school supplies with them. I tried to supply some schools with maize and beans. I did not succeed because after supplying, they will not pay you immediately. You waste a lot of money. There were no mobile phones. You waste a lot of money chasing
the payments.
They were not coming in a good time. That one I tried for 1 year and then I abandoned it. Then time came when I thought of now doing transport. Even transport I started when I was still in the classroom. Then I bought a pickup sometimes 1999. Though I was not doing it full time, I would need somebody to do it for me when I was in school. So that is what I did until I retired. After retirement, I'm now still continuing with transport. So it is not something that is new.
You already started.
Yeah, I'd already started.
How is your experience when you're giving it to somebody? Because most of the people that you talk to, they usually tell you horror stories of how they gave their brother, their cousin, the vehicle, and they don't get the money. How was your experience?
Yeah, that is exactly correct. It depends on the driver you get. Yes, because when I was still in classroom, and I put somebody to drive it for me. I had a lot of pressure because I was still paying loan. This man would give me money when he wanted. Yes. He used the vehicle for around 2 years. Then I was almost being grounded. Then I said, no, I cannot continue with this thing like this. So I had to take the vehicle to be using it over the weekends and after work and over the holidays. Though it was not giving me anything much, but that is what I did.
You prefer that than giving it because it was just...
Yeah, because when there was a breakdown, I had to get money from somewhere to repair it. I also had another problem. When I was in school, I would be told the vehicle got broke down, taken to a mechanic. He does not pay the mechanic. He would tell the mechanic, I'm going to look for money. He takes the vehicle without paying. He does not inform me. So
yes, running this.
He goes on like that. When it breaks down again, he goes to another mechanic. He does not go to the other one which he did not pay. So the day I took the vehicle, I was surprised. Wherever I was passing into a galley, people were stopping. My friend,
you have this car.
This vehicle, my money is still here. I repaired for you 1 or 2. It was not paid.
So did you have to pay? You had to pay all those?
What I did, the little I could give. I asked him how much was it this month. Then if I had money, I would give what I have. And in that process, I helped it out. Nobody was asking me about payments anymore.
Did you ever try to give it to somebody else? That is where you stopped?
That is where I stopped. Only, even now, there is another one which I've given to somebody. But this one, I started after retirement. I could now monitor it because it is nearer to me. We are on the same road, but not in the same station. But I'm a bit better. It is better for me because I can now monitor it. You know that one? I would go to Ramba, come back in the evening. Sometimes he would tell me he did not get any job. But people tell me your vehicle left for a particular place. But I didn't mind so long as the vehicle was there. I continue. You know, in business, you cannot be 100%. There are certain times that you have to get a loss, but I persevered.
So this is very interesting because a lot of people usually do business on the side when they're employed, but then do you think it's when you are out of employment now you are doing business full time? What do you think helped you? How do I ask this question? What do you think it's the only way you can do business is when you're outside? I might give you a certain advantage being outside, as in being able to monitor your business full time than doing part time.
Not necessarily. It depends on the business you are doing. Most people have given out their businesses to somebody to run. So if you get a good person, you would just succeed. It's not always that you have to be around. It depends on whoever you get. That is the much I can say business.
And now that you retired and you continue, how do you see what keeps you going on, and how long do you still want to do?
What keeps me going on? Well, it keeps me fit somehow because when I'm doing it, I would move to a particular place, help these people lifting the weight to a vehicle and lowering them down when I reach the destination. Yeah, that one somehow keeps me fit. You know, mind also, if you are just sitting and waiting to eat and sleep, it's not good for the body works.
And being in the transport business, I'm sure you've gone around very many places. What have you learned about the people you have visited? What is some of the strange things you have seen and interesting things?
Yeah, I've learned one thing that I've learned when I started doing business. Whenever I went to Western, I could find somebody has a small plot. He has a house. And in that plot of his, he grows trees, which he uses for firewood or building a house in the same compound. He can grow napier grass for his cattle. Many other things. So the first thing I learned was to plant trees. In our place, we were never planting trees. We had these trees that are just growing. We call it, I don't know whether they call it siala. No siala. That is the bush we are fighting at home. So people did not see the need to plant trees. So when I came with this idea, I planted trees around 2 or so and harvested them last year in March. And I would say it is a good venture because when I harvested it, it was a plot that is, I would say 3/4 of an acre or an acre. And I got something like 300,000. Yes, by cutting them, gave them to team sales, though it was a throwaway because that is not what I was supposed to get. The team sales were telling me if they come to your place, they will bring all the manpower and the transport. They will cut the trees, load them to a lorry, and take them to their yard and weigh it there. So what we were made to know that if a lorry, what do you call it? If their trailer is full, it goes at around 32 to 30 ton, and each ton they're paying 2,000. So I managed to get 4 lorries, and they paid me around 250,000, between 250 to 300. Yes, that is the thing I would say I've managed to do after retirement. Though I started planting before I retired, but after retirement, I got such amount of money. Yes. So from my journeys, one other thing is bananas. Even when I visit my friend here, Mama would give me banana. But I have one thing that I like. Even if you cut for me a banana, I would like you give me the seed to go and plant. That one has also helped me. Niko na shamba ya banana nyumbani. I would collect them like that. If I go to Kisii, I get a...
So you have different breeds?
Different breeds from Kisii. I got a good one. Another one when I went to those sides of Migori, I brought one. When I went to Butere, I also got one. I kept on bringing them like that. Now I have different species. That one is also helping me.
I see.
Sometimes when I'm going to miss breakfast, you will find that you can get a banana which is ripe and continue. Yes.
Yes. So, yes, thank you so much. We have been having a very interesting conversation here with Mr. John Otiato. How he has transitioned from education to his journey through the transport sector, and the way he tends to keep going on. You haven't told us yet how long is he intend to keep going on.
Well, I retired in 2016. To date, it is around 8 years after retirement.
It has become part of you.
Yes.
So yeah, no retirement anytime soon. Yeah.
One other thing that I am almost forgetting. When we were working, there were these things called cooperatives. We had something called Mwalimu Cooperative. It's a very good cooperative, and it has helped many teachers to invest. Like now I have a house in Kisumu. I bought that land by getting a loan from cooperative. I got another loan to put up the house that I'm living in. And the same cooperative, my shares every year used to give me something substantial to help me pay school fees. And that is another thing I will not forget in life. I'm still with them to date. I've not withdrawn my shares.
I see. So yeah, there you have it. Very key lessons. If you're depending on where you are in your journey, you need to find a way of saving in a circle. That can be a very good way to leverage as you go. This has been Project Unemployment. We've been here getting some nuggets of wisdom from my father, John Otiato. And this Keep It Seamless, all over East Africa.